you're a sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart, 'cause you're a sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars. 'Cause you light up the park. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do.
It is my great honor to welcome you as we join Emily Margaret Rubin and Sloan Tyler Harris in the celebration of the love they deeply share. Tonight, on this New Year's Eve, their love will be heralded, proclaimed to all as they vow to embrace each other forever. For those who do not know me, my name is Leonard Coburn, and with my family, we have had the great pleasure of living next door to the Rubins, Bert, Robin, Allie, and Emily, and Murphy, for 35 years. Now, if I was a millennial, I'd be doing this with my phone, and since I'm not, I have many pages here, but we will not be here all night, because at this stage of my life, I need very large font. I'm especially honored that Emily and Sloan have asked me to officiate tonight. Emily, who I've known as a precious child, a loving, warm, joy-filled young girl, never then nor now seen without her unforgettable smile, and has now become an exquisitely beautiful, extraordinarily accomplished, beautiful young woman, fully prepared to be a strong, loving partner to the man she so loves. And Sloan, who I've come to know and respect for his strength, perseverance, love of friends, and the gentle elegance with which you love your Emily. In preparing for tonight, I've had the privilege of speaking with many of Emily and Sloan's friends and family. At last night's joyous and at some moments, we have no sound. Does that mean I start over again?
No.
How is that? Is that better?
No. There you go.
There we go. I worked so hard to get that right for you. But in preparing for tonight, I had the privilege, as I said, of speaking with many of your friends and family. And at last night's joyous and at moments raucous rehearsal that was hosted by Roseanne and Gil, we were treated to insightful comments and uproarious stories. Unique in their own way, each friend spoke with unbridled admiration of Emily and Sloan for your humanity, your deep friendship, and the love they express for each of the love that you express for each of you and for your families. The fact that they are a stunningly beautiful couple did not go unnoticed. I must say that their decision to marry on this New Year's Eve demonstrates their collective common sense, great judgment, and sensitivity toward their elders. For had they chosen to marry any earlier in the year or any closer to Allie and Davide's wedding, Bert and Robin would most certainly have had to downsize, sell their home in Briarcliff, and Barbara and I would be living next door to strangers. So thank you for your judgment and the honor to be with you tonight. The Yiddish word for beshert has been defined as where the divine and human meet together and bring the ideal match into the world, the ideal partner, the ideal situation. Something that you wanted to have happen to you, but didn't think would happen, but miraculously it did. It was meant to be, guided by heaven, fate, fortune, destiny, beshert. It was such a miraculous moment some 5.5 years ago, which occurred for Emily and Sloan, a moment that created yet another wondrous moment, the one that has brought so many of your loving families and friends here tonight, all filled with hope, love, and best wishes from we who find so much happiness in how obviously happy you two are. As joyous as the promise this evening brings, there are precious loved ones whose love and spirit greatly influenced you, but who cannot be with us tonight. Emily's grandmother and grandfather, Betty and Mort Rubin, Sloan's grandparents, Muriel and David Harris, Sloan, your grandfather, Frank Ciavolella, and Sloan's aunt, Anna Ciavolella. Forgive me. Their being is essential to the fulfillment of the continuity of love, family, and future generations that brings us here tonight. Now, before those they love and those who love them, Emily and Sloan commit to each other a shared future and the continuation of the dreams of past generations. The story of Emily and Sloan is like a romantic fairy tale. It resonates with all the heroic elements that define such wondrous stories. Their friends tell tales filled with regal loyalty, warmth, sensitivity, and honesty. The story of their first meeting was as related to by them and deliciously detailed by many close friends, describes a love at first sight, orchestrated by what some might think was coincidence, but others, perhaps more spiritual, would call beshert. You see, Sloan is the glue for many friendships that were solidified during his earliest and high school years as a competitive elite swimmer. It was one such friendship that brought Sloan and JT, John Teresiano, together years later on Memorial Day. in the Hamptons. The Hamptons were a natural destination because, as fate would have it, they commonly descended upon a family home of yet another swimming friend, Joe Zikursky. It gets a bit complicated, so stay with me. Was it not an even greater act of fate when JT begrudgingly moved from Scarsdale to Briarcliff Manor for his high school years, and he became friends with none other than our Emily? Emily, equally known for her ability to foster and maintain close relationships, reconnected with JT years later at Syracuse. Emily generously introduced JT to many of her closest girlfriends, and she admonished him, insisting that someday he had the duty to return the favor. Well, on that fateful weekend, it was JT who suggested that he, Sloan, and the guys hang at a local hotspot that Sunday night. And for those of you a little too old to remember, a hotspot is really a very cool place to be and to be seen. To hear Emily's description, it was that something you wanted to happen, but didn't think it would. But miraculously, it did. It was mesmerizing, captivating. Love, like the wind, cannot be seen or easily described, but we know it when we feel it. And apparently Sloan was similarly taken, because this handsome young prince fought his way across a very crowded room of similarly handsome men and beautiful young women, and positioned himself unceremoniously outside the ladies' room, so that when his storybook Princess Emily reappeared, she would not vanish into the throngs of possible pursuers or be whisked away in a pumpkin-formed carriage. All the next day, Emily was teased by her friends that she had found something special, while Emily assured them that it was simply a moment to be remembered, but never to be fulfilled. But interestingly, she did the unthinkable. Emily casually mentioned to her dad that she had found a really nice boy. Imagine the excitement, perhaps somewhat befuddled in disbelief, when Emily discovered a barely discernible, nervous voice message from Sloan. You see, Sloan too felt shortchanged at evening's end. He wanted more, much more. And so Emily and Sloan became inseparable from that moment. Indeed, it was shared. Now, because you have granted me this opportunity, I want to share some thoughts about love and the sanctity of marriage. Love must be bestowed as a gift, freely, willingly, and without expectation. Do not love to be loved. Love to love. The most important thing that we can do for the person we love is to love them as they most desire to be loved. Then, love like there is no tomorrow, and when tomorrow comes, love again. Now, the first duty of love is to listen, but listen in a way that leaves no doubt that you love completely. Love is an act of endless forgiveness. You may not imagine the need for such admonition now, but trust me, over the next coming decades, you really need to have that capacity down pat. Marriage, however, unlike the immediacy and passion of first love, is like watching the color of leaves in the fall, ever-changing, more stunningly beautiful with each passing day. Its commitment includes a willingness to be open, vulnerable, and taking risks. It is an oasis where we can safely learn about ourselves, protected by unquestioned love and support. In speaking with you both, your expressions of comfort, she knows me better than anyone else. I can say anything, be totally me, anxious, or goofy with absolute acceptance. And Emily, I can't wait to come home to him, curl up on the couch with our Gus, and know I'm safe, I'm home. Those words confirm that you have found your perfect oasis. We join our lives together in search of something greater and richer, something that transcends our solitary lives. There will be challenges, to be sure, but marriage is not about building a shelter or waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance together in the rain. Your friends exclaim that no one has a better, fun-filled, goofy rain dance than you. Base your marriage on something deeper than passion or the feeling of love. Base it on a commitment to love in acting and in speaking. However, the feeling of love is not the basis of such acts. It is the product of those acts. It is the achievement of acts of love, of the willingness to listen, to honor each other more than yourselves, to forgive, to see each other anew, to support each other, to lift each other up, and see each other as the incredibly special people you are, while supporting your mutual independence. Love with tenderness and patience, laughter and respect. By doing so, you will form a union that is so much greater than you were by yourselves. Your life together will be filled with joy, and your home will be a place of peace. It is befitting that Emily and Sloan have asked us to join them tonight as they proclaim their undying love through the celebration of their marriage. Befitting in that as we celebrate the new year and all the promise that each new year brings, Sloan and Emily's contagious enthusiasm and certainty of their destiny is both inspiring and symbolic of the limitless possibilities that lay ahead. Their expectations remind us of the miraculous heights that love can reach. As we share in the joy and celebration of Emily and Sloan, as we welcome the new year, let us all pause to reflect, renew, and reaffirm the love of family and friends that we experience in our own lives. At this time, I ask that Sloan and Emily step forward to share a glass of wine. This wine is the fruit of creation, the confluence of what God and earth have provided, produced by man's ingenuity and labor. This wine, held in Sloan's beautiful wine cup from his bar mitzvah, is symbolic of the importance of tradition and the solemnity of this moment. So I'm going to ask you to pass the glass to Emily, and Emily, I'm going to ask you to taste the wine. And back to Sloan, and ask you to do the same. And now, for the next moment that we have been waiting for, would you please bring the rings forward? Emily, I'm going to ask you to place this ring on Sloan's finger and repeat exactly after me. Sloan, you look really handsome.
Sloan, you look really handsome.
Sloan, I commit to you my love.
Sloan, I commit to you my love.
To be your wife, your champion, and your rock.
To be your wife, your champion, and your rock.
Through great adventures and great adversity.
Through great adventures and great adversity.
In times of plenty and in times of want.
In times of plenty and in times of want.
In health.
In health.
And in health and in sickness.
In health and in sickness.
For the rest of our wonderful lives.
For the rest of our wonderful lives.
And once again, Sloan, please place this ring on Emily's finger and repeat after me. Emily, you are more beautiful tonight than I could have ever imagined.
Emily, you are more beautiful tonight than I could have ever imagined.
Emily, I commit my love to you,
Emily, I commit my love to you,
to be your husband, your champion, and your rock,
to be your husband, your champion, and your rock,
through great adventures and great adversity,
through great adventures and great adversity,
in times of plenty and in times of want,
in times of plenty and in times of want,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
for the rest of our wonderful lives.
for the rest of our wonderful lives.
And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this glass and I'm going to place it here for Sloan. The glass and the breaking of the glass in tradition has to do, many will say, with the destruction of the synagogue in Jerusalem some 2,000 years ago. But more than that, the breaking of the glass symbolizes the pieces, how you were raised as separate, and now it is your choice to bring those pieces together in this holy matrimony. So Sloan, please do the honors. It is now my honor to confirm that you are indeed married. You are now one, and Sloan, you certainly don't need my permission, but I think it might be a great time to kiss your beautiful bride.
I agree.
I'll be your Mississippi, you be my little Loretta. I'll be your Conway Twitty, you be my sugar baby. I'll be your sweet iced tea, you be my honeysuckle. I'll be your honeybee. Your kiss just said it all. I'm glad we had this talk. Nothing left to do but fall in each other's arms. I could have said I love you, could have wrote you a line or two. Baby, all I know to do is speak right from the heart. You'll be my soft and sweet, I'll be your strong and steady. You be my glass of wine, I'll be your shot of whiskey. You be my sunny day, I'll be your shade tree. You be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee. You be my Louisiana, I'll be your Mississippi. You be my little Loretta, I'll be your Conway Twitty. You be my sugar baby, and I'll be your sweet iced tea. You be my honeysuckle, and I'll be your honeybee. I'll be your honeybee.
Everyone, please welcome Mr. and Mrs. Sloan Harris.
Why so serious? So
Ladies and gentlemen, come join with our bride and groom. Everybody climbing on the floor. Come on now. Your kisses did it all. I'm glad we had this talk. You said I love you. Come on now! My soul is swinging. I'll be your strong spirit. You be my glass of wine. I'll be your shadow instead. You be my sunday. I'll be your shade. You be my sunshine. I'll be your water. You be my Louisiana. I'll be your Mississippi. You be my little I'll be your I'll be your sweet eyes. You be my I'll be your butterbean. I'll be your I'll be your All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if everybody would kindly have a seat. We're about to begin the boat seat.
This is going to be very brief. Just a couple of words, one or two in translation for those who don't know Hebrew. The blessing I'm about to recite gives thanks to the Almighty who makes our bread grow from the earth through me, of course. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min ha'oretz. And let us all say, Amen.
Before I start, I just want to thank Bert and Robin for throwing such a wonderful party. And everyone who came out this evening to share this special time with Sloan, Emily, and all our family and friends. This is the second time I've been at a Bert and Robin wedding, and they simply don't disappoint. I always feel like the best laid plans for New Year's Eve, and every year I don't always know how it's going to turn out. Sometimes it's amazing, and other times it falls short. I think everyone in this room knows exactly what I'm talking about. So my first feeling when I found out that Sloan and Emily were going to be married on New Year's Eve was one of relief and immediate excitement for not having to worry about the night falling short. Because no New Year's Eve could fall short of witnessing such a special with so many people in our lives that matter, in the best city in the world, at such a beautiful place. Sloan. Our story all began when I pleaded and begged Mom and Dad to let me hold you in the taxi when we went home from the hospital after you were born. I remember Dad was holding on to you as I asked. And luckily for me, his wrist was broken and in a cast, and so I got a chance to meet you for the very first time. Over the next several years, growing up in New York City, we shared so many great experiences and memories I couldn't possibly list them all. But the ones that stick out in my mind was how great we got at sports, training on the Waterside Plaza, playing Little League baseball and soccer at the Con Edison Fields, and learning together what it meant to win and be part of the team. I learned a little bit about the responsibilities of being your older brother too. What to do and when not to jump over a fence with concrete below, knowing your little brother copied everything you did. You never did make it over the fence, bro. Instead, breaking your collarbone and my heart all at the same time. But even more fun than growing up together at Waterside was the time we spent at the country house. Two city boys getting thrown into the woods. We definitely grew as brothers, catching crayfish off the dock, catching frogs in buckets, exploring root cellars, getting Mom and Dad beers and somehow not being smart enough to drink them ourselves when we were a little older. We shared a goal of swimming across the lake, but probably the most fun we had was during the summer when we had our raft fights, and in the winter playing ice hockey where you were always the goalie. You had no pads and I slapped a hard puck at you. Thank God I was absolutely terrible. The country house didn't just bring us together, it brought our whole family together. Washing cars, grilling, and throwing the annual Harris Olympics. As we got older, swimming dominated our lives at Asphalt Green, being at the pool for days with Mom and Dad, with Dad volunteering at the computer, and Mom was timing the races. It was always a family affair. When we moved to Westchester, it was a new experience for us both, beginning a new stage in our lives, and also finally getting our own rooms for the first time. We both swam for Badger, taking the next step in the sport together, facing fierce competition from all sides. But some of my favorite swimming memories were from high school, where we dominated everyone together on the same relays, and getting our names and accomplishments enshrined on the walls of the Ardsley School pool for hopefully a few more years. We've had many great times together as adults. And I can say with confidence that I believe our bond and friendship right now is stronger than it's ever been. I'll share one story with everybody from when we were in Tufts, when our parents came up for a family weekend. We pre-gamed a bit, if I remember, in your dorm room, and then headed out with Mom and Dad to the swim house for a Beirut night. And for those of you who aren't from the Northeast, beer pong. You and I got up to the table as a team and won our first game. But at that moment, I had no idea that we would be at the table for the next 3 hours on a 13th game where we finally lost, at which point I may have regretted the pregame. They threw their best at us, literally teams coming from all places on campus to take us on. And we dominated them all, with Mom and Dad cheering us the whole way. It was a fun night. Sloan, growing up, you were always smart and determined, accomplishing a great many things. You have a magnetic personality and have so many friends. And they're your friends because you're loyal, and you're generous and you're caring, and you're always there for us in our time of need. Now, Emily, the reason we're all here tonight, I'm sorry it's taken so long to get to you, but really, it took a long time to get to you. Thankfully, you're here now, and I couldn't imagine anyone better for my brother. You are truly a saint. You're one of the most caring, thoughtful, and generous people that I know. And more importantly, you know my brother and how how to make him happy, because honestly, I've never seen a guy more excited to get married in my entire life. Sloan and I have talked a lot throughout it all, and there was never a time that we didn't talk when I didn't hear or he didn't write and tell me how happy he is and how he couldn't wait to get married. And I couldn't agree more. It's been one of the greatest pleasures getting to know you over the last few years, Emily. As well as your parents, Bert and Robin, and your sister Allie, I look forward to so many more wonderful times to come. Seeing you and my brother together over these last few years gave me hope and a strong belief that I'd find someone special too. And for that, thank you. So please, raise your glasses for an amazing couple, an amazing brother, and an amazing sister, Sloan and Emily.
Incredibly wonderful couple. I actually remember, like it was yesterday when my mother had Emily, in advance of her arrival, they bought me this infant Cabbage Patch doll, and I promptly named her Emily, and I loved her, and I took care of her, and I really couldn't wait for my real little sister to arrive. So the day that Emily was brought home, I have to say, she was absolutely adorable. She had these huge blue eyes and this bright blonde hair, and I hated her immediately. And I couldn't wait for her to be brought back to wherever it was that she came from. This girl, this little cherub from the heavens was totally stomping on my only child territory. I clearly remember when we were little, I'd be laying in bed with my mother and baby Emily, and we'd be all watching television. And as soon as my mom would look away, I would pinch her as hard as I could. And she would, yell out and turn to me, and I would say, oh, baby did it, for some reason, she didn't believe me, which is kind of messed up considering I'm her firstborn, and I was forgiven too. It was .1 for little cherub cheeks. But as Emily got older, we got closer, and I realized that, maybe she wasn't so bad and she could stay in our house for a while. Every night we would have this tradition before Emily would go to bed. I would hold her hand and we'd walk laps around the house together until she got tired so she would go to sleep. She was all mine, and all I wanted to do was be with her and protect her. But as life would have it, I got into high school, and she was in middle school, and I was too cool for school, no pun intended. And we actually could fit into each other's clothing, which was a huge problem because half of my wardrobe ended up in Emily's closet, and half of Emily's wardrobe ended up in my closet. So it got so bad at one point that my mom said, that's it, I'm putting locks on both of your doors. Unfortunately, my room had antique door handles, whatever that is, so no lock could be installed. So Emily's room was Fort Knox, and mine was like her personal supermarket suite. It was a true story. So there's always one now very funny family video story that I'd like to share. At the time, it actually wasn't very funny. My dad was filming Emily and I in her bedroom, and Emily and I were in their bed, and she was 6 months old and I was 5. And my father kept saying to me, Allison, prop her up more on the pillows, prop her up more on the pillows. Okay, Daddy. I propped her up on the pillows, and not thinking that she's 6 months old and can't sit up by herself, I let go, and as if in slow motion, you just see Emily like this. fall forward, and the viewer doesn't get to see her land on the ground, which is carpeted, thank the Lord, but you hear my father scream, Allison, God damn it! And everything went to fuzz, and so you can assume what happened. After that time, my father was always convinced that the fall perhaps did some kind of brain trauma to Emily, because she was always such a happy child. She was smiling and pleasant and just so easy. In retrospect, I think that it was just that I was such a pain in the ass that you couldn't imagine that anyone could be just so calm and good. But to be honest with you, that's just is and was and is Emily. She's truly a shining light. She positively impacts anyone's life that she touches. She's caring, funny, kind, and absolutely beautiful, both inside and out. I count many blessings in my life, and Emily, as my sister, was always one of them. I've always wished for nothing but happiness and the best for her, and I would sacrifice my own happiness without even thinking about it in a second, because I love her so much. And today, I see that my prayers and wishes for her have been answered because Emily found Sloan, and he's brought her true happiness. He brings out the best in her, really, and they have a wonderful understanding and playful relationship. And there's just a natural ease between them that I think is very hard and rare to find. I know that he'll always love her and look out for her and protect her. And as an incredibly protective older sister, there's really nothing more that I can ask for. And the two of them are just both so good looking. Like, can you imagine the children? Even their dog. They didn't even create him, my nephew. He's like the cutest thing in like the whole world. And you know, Sloan has such a great family, and they love Emily and treat her like one of their own. My mother always said that Emily and I hit the jackpot with mother-in-laws, and I really couldn't agree more. We both got very, very lucky. So I want to welcome Sloan to our family. We're so happy to have you join us. As Sloan already knows, we're absolutely wonderful, amazing, basically perfect people. We're just slightly crazy. Slightly. We now have also acquired a brother-in-law who's not afraid to wear purple pants and a purple shirt together in public. And I don't know how many of your friends say that they have that. I know you're going to be a great husband, a wonderful uncle to baby Beretti that is currently cooking, and one day an amazing father to your own children. So we all love you. We really couldn't be happier that you're part of our family. And so to end my speech, before I do a toast, I have a little gift that I wanted to give to Emily and have her open it tonight. It's something that's incredibly special to me, and I really wanted her to have it. It's mine. I stole that actually 8 years ago from her room, and I know that she's been looking for it for a long time. And I thought tonight there's no better time than the present to return it. So wear that in good health, and I still really like it. I just don't have anything else to give you, so I might take it back. It's so embarrassing. So if everyone could please raise their glasses for the bride and groom. I know that this is an Irish blessing, but being the sophisticated gal that I am, I actually learned this from the movie Blow, starring Johnny Depp. May the wind always be at your back and the sun upon your face, and may the wings of destiny carry you aloft to dance with the stars. From Davide, baby Beretti, and me, we both love you, and we wish you only health and happiness as you navigate this thing called life together from this day forward. Mazel tov.
Hello, everyone. What a terrific night this is. As Roseanne and I look around and see our family and friends gathered here, we know how really lucky we are. Robin, not to be redundant, but We want to thank you for giving our children such a beautiful wedding. It's been our pleasure to get to know your family and friends over the last year. Sloan and Emily, friendships are a gift to be valued and appreciated. For you to have so many friends here tonight speaks volumes about the kind of people you are. As you embark on this journey together, here are just a couple of tips that Mom and I have found very useful in our life. Remain the best of friends. Never go to bed angry, even if it means talking through the night. Catch each other when you fall. Celebrate each other's accomplishments. A piece from what Linda said earlier. Not only hear each other, but listen to each other. The more you give, the more you will have. We love you both more than words can say. We wish you a lifetime of happiness. We are thrilled to have Emily join our family. It is different having a girl around, especially after 2 sons, but we love it. So let's all raise our glasses and toast Emily and Sloan. Bye.
And Robin and I always say, Gil has his saying, Robin and I have ours. Don't tug on Superman's cape, don't skid into the wind, and don't mess around with Jim. That's how we go. I would like to welcome everyone to the Reuben semi-annual wedding event. Now, many of you here traveled with us to Florence, Italy, for the wedding of Allison and Davide, Memorial Day weekend. Davide's parents, Paolo and Vanna, his brother Luca, his girlfriend Danielle, have traveled to New York from Florence to join us for the wedding. Please give them a round of applause. Oh, as a housekeeping note, I would like to remind those of you who did attend the wedding in Italy and purchased the Reuben family wedding discount plan that you are entitled to reduce your gift to Emily and Sloan by 40%. In addition, memberships will be available for purchase until midnight at the booth next to the psychic. All membership checks should be made out to the Robin Reuben Retirement Fund. Tax deductible against 2015 income or IRS rate 1249 NFW. Before going any further, I would like to recognize and thank my wife Robin for all of her effort and hard work, and Roseanne also, that went into making this wedding as beautiful as it is. In addition, I would like to thank Rabbi Father Len Coburn for all of his hard work and due diligence on the children and the beautiful way he handled the wedding ceremony. Thank you. And I'll tell you what a year this has been. First, Emily and Sloan presented us with a grand puppy, Gus, who was a welcome addition to our lives. We then had the magical wedding in Italy, where it was one of those things where you had to be there to really, truly appreciate it. We've all received the news that Allison and Davide will have a baby boy in April, our first grandchild. And finally, the wedding of my baby Emily to Sloan, to literally close out the year. The best part of this is that Robin and I are so lucky to have acquired Roseanne, Gil, and Dustin as our new relatives. I look forward to sharing many happy and exciting events with you guys. throughout the years. There's not much I can add to the wonderful presentation Len made regarding the character of these two great young kids. Robin and I love both of them dearly. Emily, you could not have made a better choice of finding someone to share your life with. But maybe I can add a couple of things to the mix. With Emily, I was always concerned about Emily. I mean, Allison brought back the memories. Allison reminded me when Emily fell off the bed laying on her head. And it always concerned me. As a child, she woke up every morning with a big smile on her face. Can you imagine how difficult that is to live with? Emily, get up and go to school. Sure, I can. Allison, who was 5 years old, always woke up as if she had a dentist appointment. But not Emily. I always thought the way Allison was the norm. I was concerned that perhaps Emily might be a little affected. It really wasn't until open school night in the 3rd grade, when the teacher told us how smart she was, I actually started to feel good about it. I'll tell you guys, all I hear is sweet things about Emily, but Emily, my sweet, lovely Emily. I remember the phone ringing 10 p.m. one night when Emily was a teenager. It was the Cobra nanny, Curtis, informing us that she saw Emily driving in the car today. He said, "That's lovely, Curtis. Thanks for the tip. It's 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night." She goes with her southern accent. She says to me, "No, Bert. She was driving a boyfriend's car and was alone." I said, "That's impossible, Curtis. She's only 15 and doesn't have a license or a learner's permit." Scene 2, and this is true, scene 2 has Emily sitting at the computer. "Were you driving a car today?" Smooth as silk, my baby replies, "I only went into town to drop something off at Tommy's house." "But you don't even have a learner's permit, are you nuts?" The calm reply was, "Oh, it's not a problem. He taught me how to drive." I mean, you really can't make it up. As for Sloan, I had the opportunity to play golf with him several times this summer, after he graduated from graduate school and before his job at Barclays. And I'm pleased to report that his golf handicap is the same as mine. The clubs in the goddamn bag are our handicap. That's the wrong problem. Just a little anecdote. When Sloan and Emily were first going out, I mean, everything's been perfect. We all get a little bump in the road. And Sloan sent me an email. And he said, "You know, I made a mistake and I want to contact Emily. I think he wanted my blessing." At the time, I was going to break his legs. And he asked, "Should I send Emily roses? Maybe a box of chocolates?" And I said, "The way that that young girl's heart, we can send her a cheese plate." Cheese plate purchase, wedding schedule. Oh, there's one final anecdote I wanted to say about Emily's hair. Well, we have an email, Emily. The email is from Gus. There's an email from Gus at your bar mitzvah. There was a telegram for Murphy, so you can see how technology has gone ahead. Hold on one second. Let's see what it is. Okay. Email from Gus. "Hi, I am Gus, your grandmother. Everyone tells me that I am so cute and well behaved. Why wasn't I invited to the wedding? Here I am with my mommy and Rita. Look how small I am in the middle. It's so dark. My daddy loves me. Look how much my daddy loves me. I was so small when I got home. Daddy and I watch TV every night. We watch the news. But we like to watch Fox News, but we watch the news. slept over. Like that, he snores on his back, woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was really nasty. Mom and Daddy take me everywhere they go in the city. And there I am in cooking daycare. I'm in the middle, I'm the blind one in the middle. So, why wasn't I invited to the wedding? I'm so cute, everybody loves me, I was in a place. So what did I do? I asked my friends what they thought about this. Benny the Beagle said, whoever is writing a lot of the checks for the wedding would have a lot of influence on your coming. But that's Bert. He's the only one who feeds me food from the table. And it pisses Daddy off when he does it, but Bert doesn't really care. So Benny then says, think of a couple of moments, Gus, that weren't really your favorites in life. Maybe that'll shed some light on why you weren't invited to the wedding. Well, on Halloween, my parents dressed me up as Batman. Do you know what it is like being paraded around Greenwich Village, dressed like that? I spent the entire night looking over my shoulder at the schnauzer was a little too close for comfort. Here I am. That said, one day, Daddy brought me to the vet for some minor surgery. As I lay on the table and looked up at the doctor, he reminded me of someone I saw in the World War II, World at War episode. He was just staring down at me. Daddy said I would go home and have to leave this on for 2 or 3 days. And on the 3rd day, he took it off. And when I rolled onto my side to do my favorite thing, I realized they were gone. Dad, if Bruce Jenner could do what I did, he never would have thought about becoming a caveman. But I love my parents. I love my parents, I know they love me. And the fact I wasn't invited to the wedding, no big deal. I love them dearly. And Rob and I love you guys dearly. And it's our pleasure to host this event with Roseanne and Gil, and only the best in life, kids. And thank all of you for sharing this moment with us. Thank you.
Thank you. be something big enough that they can ask you. It's like a movie that's casual. It's almost unbearable. But I get not there without a mother left you standing by. And that last guy was great. Oh, let's pull your hand out your eyes. Anyway, it ain't who's you, but you did. Not be really gonna abuse that. And I'm a nice guy, but get down. Get up. Do it like it hurt. Like it hurt. Well, it don't hurt. Oh, baby, can't you please? I got this frozen baby. It always works for me. Over the truth. Don't look pretending. All y'all are winning. It's her beginning of Emily. She's a woman. I wanna feel y'all. I always wanted Alright, come on now. We're gonna take it back right here. Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new edition. Something. Grab a hold of me tightly. Flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will we ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I'll rock 'em up. Dance. When I think of those moves, I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly. When I play, I don't love it. Anything the rest and the best, yo. I said love it, leave it, you better gang. Wait, you got balls on a kid, yo. Say, if there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook, tell them I'm 'cause she's a come on. Here's a good one. Come on now. That's right. I always wanted all right. Come on. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance.
You got some good dancers on the piano.
I want to raise my glass. Let's all toast to an amazing 2016 and to a beautiful bride and groom of that family, Emily and Sloan Harris. From the Marcus Reed Band to all y'all.
Let's party.
Can I hear everybody shout really loud right now for a reason? Shout loud and I'll give you an awesome song. I said shout, come on! What? Then you know what? We're gonna play it louder so you shout louder. request that I want to play right now.
Saying, ayo, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life. Saying, ayo, baby, let's go. 'Cause we gon' rock this club. We gon' go all night. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. 'Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I came to move, 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 move. Get out the way of me and my crew, 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 crew. I'm in the club, so I'm gonna do just what the folk came here to do. Yeah, yeah, 'cause it goes on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, ayo, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life. Saying, ayo, baby, let's go. 'Cause we gon' rock this club. We gon' go all night. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. 'Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I'm gonna take it all. I'm gonna be the last one standing.
Sloan, you look really handsome.
I'll be back in the high life again. All the should be locked up right on the spot. It's so on right now. It's so fucking on right now. Party crasher, panty snatcher. Call me up if you a gangster.